Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Can El Rayo hold the belt? Jose Valenzuela. That's the question. Now, he recently had a fight with Pitbull Cruz. If you missed it, then you're definitely not a boxing fan. But the bottom line is, Rolly Romero had the belt. Then Pitbull Cruz picked it up. And then Valenzuela has it now. So the WBA belt has been making its moves, right? But the thing is, what does Valenzuela do now? Now, when I looked at his performance against Pitbull, Valenzuela, I'm not going to lie, he impressed me. And it makes you wonder, what the hell Robert Garcia have going on to where he can pull off two of the biggest upsets, I would say, in boxing in the last 10 years. With Maidana clipping Broner, and Maidana, some people felt he beat Floyd Mayweather in the first fight. How was he able to do that? Then to come now with Jose Valenzuela and, help get him through a training camp and a fight to where I personally didn't think Valenzuela would win. Now, towards the end of that fight, I don't know if it was a 10th round, 11th, I don't know, I can't remember which round it was. Pitbull Cruz hit him and hurt him. There would have been another 30 seconds. Valenzuela would have got knocked out. Just like, what's his name, Devin Haney fighting Linares. Whatever round that was, 7th, 8th round, where he got clipped and right there at the end of the round, and he went dancing salsa back to the corner. There would have been a little more time on that clock with Pitbull and Valenzuela. Pitbull would have knocked him out. Nonetheless, doesn't matter. Valenzuela got the win. But where does he go next? That's the question. Now, when you take a look at the 140-pound division, let me reduce this, right? It's pretty interesting. Now, Rolly Romero's making a comeback he's getting ready to come back and fight on the undercard with Canelo and all those guys. But when you look at what you really have at 140, and now Valenzuela has a WBA strap, I would think that they would want to unify. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how long Valenzuela holds that strap. He just came out of nowhere. Now, if he stays with Robert Garcia, I think he has a good chance to really make some noise. He's got power. He obviously can box. He's working with snacks, so he's got the stamina. He's got the conditioning. He didn't get hit with too many clean shots by Pitbull Cruz, but he did get hit, and his chin stood up to the limited shots that were landed on him. But late in the fight, Pitbull Cruz, who obviously carries his power to the end of the fight, he did hurt Valenzuela. So I would say Valenzuela's chin, out of 1 through 10, he probably has chin maybe a 6, okay? Because early in the rounds, he was fresh. His chin stood up to some shots. At the end of the fight, his chin didn't seem to really stand up to the shots that well. So if you look at him and possibly fighting a champion, well, you got the WBC, which is Alberto Puello, who has a WBC interim world super lightweight championship. Liam Paro has the IBF. Teofimo has the WBO. The thing about Teofimo is he's jumping all over the place. You don't know if that man's coming or going. He wants to fight Crawford. He'll go to 154. He want to fight Boots. Teo's calling out everybody. Now, that's good because, hey, this is boxing and that's what you want. You want these guys to call out all the fighters and make the big fights. I personally don't think Teofimo Lopez will go through with a fight with Crawford. When I see people out here talking about Teofimo would actually beat Crawford, Crawford putting duck sauce on the fried rice when it comes to Teo, to that I say in the most respectful way, to hold your horses and let's not take it to the stupid. But what I will say when it comes to Jose Valenzuela, I think he and Teofimo Lopez, I personally think that would be a great fight. Teo's not doing anything. Valenzuela just had a fight. He didn't really take any damage. But the rumors must be true that Valenzuela stopped Teofimo twice in sparring. Now, there's several people out here talking about it, and Valenzuela even spoke about it. And that's why Teofimo Lopez, they say, when Jose Valenzuela's name is brought up, Teofimo gets so agitated and starts cussing and acting crazy. Because Valenzuela put the bing-bings on him. But when you take a look at what's really there, if Teofimo won't give him the fight, which it sounds like he won't, you got Liam Paro, you got Puello. But if I was Valenzuela, one thing I would not do, I wouldn't get in the ring with this guy. Ismael Barroso. Do not get in the ring with this guy, Ismael Barroso. Leave the old man alone. Barroso is a guy who was on his way to me, to knocking out Rolly Romero. Rolly got the gift decision over him. Barroso came back and knocked out O'Hara Davis, made him look stupid. So to me, if I was Valenzuela, I would not mess with Ismael Barroso, because this old Venezuelan is no joke. I don't know when he's going to return to the ring, but I'm telling you, Ismael Barroso, yeah, he's the wrong one to get in the ring with and to not be prepared. That being said, you got at 135, you got fights for guys who will probably bubble up and challenge him. Keep hearing Shakir Stevenson make noise and say, yeah, I'll go up, I'll fight him at 140. Shakir's calling a bunch of people out too. It seems like he's trying to get his ducks in line for a big fight. But when you take a look at what you got here at 135, would Tank go up and fight Valenzuela for a shot at his WBA strap? I don't know. Zepeda, Stevenson, Baranchek. I don't think Stevenson and Baranchek could do it because they have titles and they're not WBA champions. They have titles at 135. Keyshawn Davis, I think that would be an interesting fight if he wanted to bubble up. Frank Martin could do it. I believe he's at 140 now. And Abduliev, but I don't think they're going to make any moves anyway. I think they're staying where they're at. Frank Martin is going up Abduliev. I don't know what he's doing. But I think Keyshawn Davis, I think Alberto Puello, I think Edwin De Los Santos and Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin, those are great names. It's just a matter of what Valenzuela wants to do next. Sounds like he wants to enjoy his time off. But I was watching him celebrate. Looked a little bit Andy Ruiz-ish to me. I didn't really like to see him doing all the celebrating. But hopefully he can lock in, especially if depending on what the WBA wants to do with him and who's going to be his mandatory. Now, when you take a look at what's out there for Valenzuela, we know he wants to unify. He doesn't want to spin his wheels fighting, I would say, unknown fighters. But when you take a look at where he's at, you got Kenneth Sims Jr., who's ranked number 1, Nestor Bravo ranked number 2, Jack Catterall's about to fight Regis Prograis, so we could just take both of them off there. Then you got, in a weird way, they updated the list with his name, but they left him there, which is just dumb. Then you got Andy Haroka, then you got Turarov, and then you got Rolly. So just looking at this, I don't think he'd be interested in Kenneth Sims Jr. and Nestor Bravo. You must run see Rolly Romero if he wins this week and get another shot at his strap. Or they could make Ismael Barroso the mandatory to Valenzuela. We don't know that yet, but we just got to wait and see. But one thing I will say, Edwin De Los Santos, I don't know where he's at. That man back in the Dominican Republic, eating empanada and all that shit. I don't know what he's doing. But he need to return to the ring because Edwin De Los Santos is a monster. Can he make 140? I don't know, but I think that would be a great fight if he can, leapfrog these other guys and get a shot or directly into a title shot with Valenzuela. Frank Martin, we know he's got the backing. He got the right people in his corner for him to bubble up and go directly into a title shot. Gervonta Davis, we already know he can do whatever the hell he wants. And Alberto Puello is very interesting because, again, Alberto Puello, he's already at 140, and he's a WBC Interim World Super Lightweight Championship. Puello looks like he's waiting for a fight. So I think FL El Puello Loco and Valenzuela were to hook up, and I don't know, it'd be probably for that Unification WBA and the WBC strap. That could be a fight that gets made, and I'm going to tell you, Alberto Puello can scrap. Y'all can say what you want. Alberto Puello can scrap, but Valenzuela proved that he gets busy too, and he can crack. But boy, oh boy, that would be a very, very good fight. And it gives them both an opportunity to unify. But we just have to wait and see. But can Alvarado hold the belt? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I question his chin. If he gets in there with somebody, because he had all the advantages over Pitbull. Taller than him, more reach than him. He did what he was supposed to do. Use those natural attributes that give him the advantage to just go in there and box smartly and keep his distance. And you still saw that Pitbull Cruz was able to get underneath his shots and close the distance and try to land the beans. But he just did too little too late, in my opinion. That being said, for El Rayo, depending on who he fights next, he should be able to win. But if he gets in there, I think with someone like Puello, that has the long ass arms and who can box and who can crack too, I think El Rayo could be in trouble. But anyway, we're gonna see if he's a one-hit wonder. I think he should enjoy that WBA belt. But if he goes on to unify, do something big, I'll be honest with you, I'll be shocked. They say Pitbull should go back to 135 now, right? I don't know. If Valenzuela loses, should he go back to 135? I don't know. Let's wait and see how it plays out. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. In the breeze.